Hey guys, what's going on? We're back again. I have no idea if this episode is going to come out before or after the last episode, but I still need to make a thumbnail for that one. But year 9 just got announced. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, huh?
Very exciting. Very exciting for me.
Big things in motion. I'm already looking
Like
at these
dogs
deltas,
excited, dude.
and look at Yana, dude. We won.
We won.
We won. We did it. And
The
now we have a
the
new
boys
battle
stay
with Ash.
winning.
The boys stay winning. We stay grimming, dude.
First it was Ash, then it was Warden, now Ayana, and man, the boys stay winning.
I would do. All right. Yeah, today's episode is just gonna be covering Year 9, all the different news that came out, mainly the designer's notes.
Yep.
You know, the fun stuff.
To start off, we have the wind deltas. Um, as you can see, there are three people up at the front of the attackers. This is normal by now. It's Ash, it's Ace, it's Buck. You see them every game. I'm sure you see them every game.
I will
We
say, while
see
they
them
are super
literally every
common,
game.
Buck is apparently just the popular pick because he can only make verticals, and he dies most of the time.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I mean,
so a lot of bad Buck players out there, but a lot of Buck players nonetheless.
yeah, yeah. He is overpicked but too weak. Interestingly, Ram is more mechanically balanced. That's interesting to see. You know, they're the two vert ops. Sledge, wherever the fuck he is, slightly above Ram. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, he's slightly in front of. Gets picked a little bit more than Ram, but you know,
wild.
fat ass. The that's really why those two don't get picked as often is because they're both three armors, whereas Buck is a 2/2. So, he can get in much quicker and his utility is much more responsive, especially for vert play.
hmm
I mean, like Sledge, he just doesn't clear enough fast enough, and he doesn't get his gun up after using the sledgehammer.
Yeah,
Uh,
his entire action is just slow.
and to really utilize Sledge for a vertical play, you need a second person there. Ram is just loud. Ram is really, really loud and slow, but at least Ram can do it on her own. But then, of course, you're talking about, L8 versus the R4C, and one of these has a magnifier.
They will both have magnifiers.
They will both have magnifiers soon.
I think that the L8 is going to be a much better choice now for Sledge because he can actually have that range while being a 3 armor.
Yeah.
He kind of doesn't right now because he only has 1.5,
Yep.
which is where I prefer Thatcher because he has a 2 times on his late. But yeah. And then of
Looking
course
forward on the defenders, your usual suspects. Usual suspects, but also Legion.
makes
Um,
sense. His loadout
it
is
makes
a little
sense.
busted.
His loadout is pretty busted. The 612 after the shotgun buff, or the shotgun rework rather. Um, the 612 is just terrific now.
Love it.
Fish slapping, dick slapping, fucking terrific gun. T5, terrific gun. Super shorty, so even if you take the T5, you still have a rotate option. Uh, Giving him back impact damage is hilarious. Dealing 124 damage instantly to somebody is kind of silly if impractical to set up. Um, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nerf to him.
Yeah.
Uh, if I'm being honest, like taking one or two goos away, I wouldn't blink. I really would not blink. His goos
I
are
never seen the
terrific.
ninth goo anyway. Like,
I never see the ninth one anyways. Uh, but yeah, I would be perfectly okay with them taking like one or two of the goos away because he has a shit ton of them anyways. Maybe make them come to him faster if they take them away from him. Just so he has all of them to use at once. Maybe I don't know. I'm not good at balance. But Warden, we know why he's being picked so often. That's gonna change soon. Teehee. Azami, we know why she gets picked so often. That's gonna change soon. Teehee. Uh, Fenrir, Solis, we know why they're picked so often. That's gonna change
that'll
soon.
change this year.
That's changing eventually this year. You'll see in a moment, viewers. Valkyrie, Valkyrie's probably gonna be picked more often.
I don't know. Valkyrie's always been in a weird state. In any case, one of the changes we're going to talk about today is the grips, and the vertical grip is actually getting nerfed to be a 20% recoil decrease instead of the 25 that it was. So some guns will be like, 5% harder to control. But hey, 5% is 5%. And also with all the other options available, it's it's gonna be some changes.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say.
Clash is of course at the very bottom,
As
as
always.
always.
We don't even need to discuss. She
Interesting.
doesn't have her own bracket anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't have her own bracket. She's on the chart
Wow.
this time. I only suspect that she's gonna see even less play uh upcoming, and I'll explain why when we get to the shield rework.
Yeah.
Because I realized something
I think it was
about
a
it.
thing in TTS too, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Whatever.
Finka, uh she's really overpicked and strong. She is absolutely an outlier right now.
She's not overpicked. She's barely overpicked.
Or
She's
she's
just
barely overpicked,
really
yeah.
winning.
But again, they've addressed that. And it's going to be changed in this next season, or at least something will be done,
Just a wee bit. Yep.
just a wee bit.
They really need to give some buffs for these two.
Yeah,
Something that actually makes them useful. Sens
something.
is an easy pick, an easy fix of just fixing the size of the ROU.
Yeah, if they just fix the hitbox, and if they gave like a HUD display that shows you the projected trajectory of at least like the first
I think
bounce.
they'll be doing that though.
Well, no, they're going to be giving us the throw angle, but it does not give you a preview for sends.
Oh, that sucks.
So it
Well,
will only show you where it's going to land first,
they'll probably
but
try to
it
do
will
that in
not
future
show
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were to buff sends, they have to give him like a preview of what he's about to of at least the first bounce, and also just fix the hitbox on that thing so it
Yeah.
can go under doorways 100% of the time at the
Yeah.
very least.
Yep.
And then for Zero, I'm just gonna be honest, like just make it quieter, dude.
You know what? Fucking zero rework. Take or no, I guess keep the Argus cam. Um, whenever he pulls out his pistol, he does
Coldsville.
silent step.
But we can't have silent step. We can't have silent step on attack.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's unfair. You have to hear them. No, you don't.
Stupid.
That's their ability.
That's what proc sensors are for. Use proc sensors. Use cameras. Use that intel.
Just
Knock,
drone, motherfucker.
Knock
Or
was
use
immune
your
to proxy
intel.
sensors in TTS one time, and then they never did it again because they realized, oh well, probably not. In any case,
Right.
look at Knock now.
In any case, look at Nook now.
Wow.
Dog water.
Fucking
The
sucks.
likes of Blackbeard and
Except these
Collie.
four are actually winning.
Well, they're winning, yeah.
These guys are winning their matches. She's winning and losing, and she's perfectly average but underpicked.
Yeah.
Sucks.
There's no good reason to use her.
Really not. Osa's in this little hodgepodge. Gridlock's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, it seems like
Flores.
a majority of the attackers are honestly pretty balanced.
All the attackers are like this, while the defenders are like this. That makes any sense.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Uh, looks like a lot of the defenders are quote unquote balanced. These guys are not winning a lot of their matches, but I think that's just because
Yeah.
they're bad. Also,
I
it's
mean, there's
probably
Bandit
something
and
to do with
Kate.
TDM meta for these guys specifically, because you just run past all their shit, and it's like, oh well, whatever.
I mean, Smump for Smoke, that one's interesting to me. Um, I mean, they nerfed the Smig, which
Oh yeah, the
the
damage. I
damage,
forgot about that.
it was only like what 3 damage.
Yeah, no,
That's
37
not
to
enough to
34. It's
matter.
nothing.
It's not enough to matter, especially on the SMG 11, where the whole point of it is you aim chest, head, and you just rip it, and the burst will just headshot them. That's just how you play the SMG 11. You rip it and you go for the head
Yep.
because it's just so fast. TTK doesn't matter with that gun because it's just so fast.
If you want
I
TTK, use the FMG9 or a different operator.
Yeah, and then if you want if you want to use the FMG9, like, man, why? You're Smoke. Use shotgun and SMG 11 and learn how to use it. You will thank me later.
I do like the FMG9. Well, I don't like the FMG9. I don't hate the FMG9. Is what I'm trying to say. Mute is doing better than he was last time we looked at the deltas. He's now
Yeah,
at least in the middle of win
he's in
deltas.
the middle. Yeah,
Yay. He's doing better than the other disablers, I guess. I assume a bunch of shit players somehow leaked into Emerald, and then they all started playing Bandit and Cade because aha, this is how we win. And then aha, this is how we lose. Because Ash is just
yeah.
already in there. And the thing
I
with
mean, it's
Smoke is like
interesting. It's
I
interesting that they're overpicked, but they're
yeah,
losing a lot.
I know. I think with Smoke, I can probably count off my hands how many times I've run out of smoke to go and kill him while he has a gas grenade in his hands. Like it's just smoke is a different kind of area denial rather than going over to Chanka where he has to actively throw his shit then activate it. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
Goyo, you just have to know where it is and then shoot it, or be with your Capcan, who is doing amazingly for himself. Um, and oh god, then it'll detonate itself. And then there's Tachanka.
Yeah, it's chunky.
He's all right. He's
I'm
not. He's
honestly,
not up here anymore.
yeah, he's not up there anymore.
Cheers.
Yeah, he's back to where he should be, his true stats. And honestly, that's not that bad.
I don't. I just don't know what else they would do for him.
I don't know what else.
His
Like
gun is a DMR, fully
hi-
auto, 70
his
round.
gun is a full automatic DMR with, the time to kill is kind of slow compared to other things.
I don't. I don't think they should change him at all. There's nothing else they can do for him.
I mean, he has above average TTK for 1 armors and 2 armors, but threes, it's really slow because of that third shot takes so long.
Yeah. I mean, the best
But,
way there is to just coordinate with your teammates, and then as long as
it
one other person lands one fucking shot,
you
then
know,
they're
he's
two shot.
got he's got an LMG and it chunks people. You don't really want to peek the angle that Tachanka is holding because even if you win, there's a chance that he got one bullet off. Goodbye to half your health, no matter who you are.
Yeah, it is nasty.
Like, if you were to go one bullet for one bullet with every operator in this game, the one I want to get hit by the least is Tachanka and Kali. Because even if they grazed me, like,
Yeah.
Fuck. I guess I'm
And
I guess I'm playing drones for the rest of the match.
another predator I wouldn't want to get hit by is yeah, the new guy,
Yeah.
Deimos. I probably don't want to get hit by that fucking thing, that 44 Vendetta.
Yeah, that thing hurts.
It's nasty. I'm so excited for him.
I'm so
I
excited
don't
for
even
him.
care how good he's gonna be. I just want to play the shit out of him and track people. I love duelist operators.
Yeah, like the first real duelist operator.
Yeah,
It's
fucking.
kind of cool.
It's like a thing they've been doing in FPS games lately. I think it started with Mauga and Overwatch. I can't remember if he came out first or if ISO and Valorant came out first, but they're both silly. And now we
I
have
think
Deimos.
I think ISO came out first.
Think
I don't
so?
know.
I think
I'm not
ISO came
in
out like a few months ago. I don't know.
I'm not in either scene. I just hear it from the internet and I hear Valorant from you very occasionally because you
Yes,
still play it.
I do. It's pain. Um, but I love ISOs the most still because it is just domain expansion. We are fighting now.
The main expansion do 1v1 me.
Guess what, idiot? We're both at 150 health. Let's fight.
Domain expansion Dust 2.
Oh my god. Pulls you into a full match of Counter Strike within your game of Valor. That's how you deny a bows play. Anyway, yeah, duelist operators are fun. Damos looks fucking fun. Fun. I think that the AK-74 is an interesting choice since they still haven't given it grips.
Well, they might give a grip to him. I don't know. I
Yeah,
haven't seen a lot of gameplay, and honestly, all the gameplay that I do see of Deimos, anyways, it just has him using his death
Devolver.
mark and
Yeah.
then big Enor.
Yep. I'll probably just use the 590 anyway.
Yeah.
Run it like a fucking my original Cyberpunk character. Shit. Shotgun and revolver, dude. My fucking
Hell yeah.
overture, bro. Yeah.
But that's the deltas. What do we got up
Yeah,
next?
take a last look at the deltas, really ingrain it, pause the fucking video if you want to really look at everything, and we're gonna move on to universal stuff.
Uh, uh, uh,
ADS speeds, lasers, grips, they're changing.
this shit is crazy to me.
It is fucking wild. They're
That's
so hot.
crazy to me. All right.
Shit's a little
So
silly.
so ADS speeds across the board are being increased again. And
It's
now every single handgun is at 240 with ranges going all the way to 560 for LMGs.
mind you,
And
560 is
then
higher than current shield ADS time.
and then something to think about there as well. It's going to be later in here, but the LMGs give a movement debuff now.
However, the LMGs also have reduced recoil, so they will still be a
They,
good idea to bring. And
yes,
if you
they
bring like no grip irons,
yeah, they buffed literally every single one of the LMGs while also adding like making it take more than half a second to bring it to your face.
yeah,
Another interesting thing that they had here, another interesting thing that they did with the ADS is they changed classifications of how the ADS speed works in terms of your accuracy. I don't
yes.
know if you put it elsewhere here.
I didn't put it anywhere in here, but we can still talk about it.
So now there's going to be a light, a medium, and a heavy curve for how your accuracy is affected. So whenever you have a light weapon, something like our the handguns, those the accuracy is very fast. So it isn't like playing modern shields right now where you have the gun up, but you're still at pure hip fire accuracy, and then suddenly you're pinpoint. Now it tightens the cone dramatically to the point that you can kind of get away with firing the gun within the first half of the ADS.
Yeah.
So it'll be 240 milliseconds for the handguns, but you can probably start firing at around like 140,
Yeah, you can.
and it will
Which,
be like reasonably tight.
think about how minuscule that is in sense of time. Basically, right after you hit right click, start hitting left click. That's that's like 100
It
ms
won't
right
be
there.
perfectly accurate until 240, but a
Yeah.
majority of your accuracy will be tightened up to the point that you're working with a shotgun now. If you're over the person, you might be able to hit them, which terrific
Revolver.
for revolvers. Uh
Revolver. That's why they call me Revolver.
the mediums, I believe
Yeah.
I remember the mediums being like shotguns and DMRs.
Yeah, it
Uh
was no, it was snipers and DMRs. Shotguns were
snipers,
part of the
DMRs,
fast.
the heavy. Were they fat? Right, they are
Yeah,
fast.
shotguns are both fast. Oh, write them in here. Fucking,
Actually, I can just bring up our Gitcast topics and I can just look at it because of the link that we have.
why did I say hard? Fast, medium, hard? That makes no sense.
Yes,
Whatever.
normalize and simplifies the ADS curve transitions. Fast will be handguns, revolvers, and shotguns. Medium is DMRs and snipers. And slow is machine pistols, SMGs, assault rifles, LMGs, and slug shotguns.
Wait, so shotguns are part of slow?
No, shotguns are fast, but slug
Oh,
shotguns
are slow.
are
Okay.
slow.
Gotcha. I need to delete one of these.
Which makes sense. The slug shotguns are more of a
DMR.
slug shotguns are DMRs basically, anyways.
Yeah. But the rest of the DMRs are in mid. So that's interesting. Also, I think it's interesting that the DMRs in general are in mid. I guess it makes sense for them to be more accurate sooner, but the part of me that thinks, oh yeah, they're DMRs, they're fucking unwieldy because they're big.
Well, I actually understand what they're doing here.
But it makes sense.
So, marksman rifles and the sniper rifles, they need to be snappy and responsive because if they're slow, why would you use them over assault rifles?
Right.
They reward precision. They reward precision and have good time to kills, and they don't use a lot of ammunition. They have very limited soft destruction. I understand why they're making DMRs and sniper rifles medium because in a pure both people ADS at the same time, the marksman rifle is going to rely on actual marksmanship, same with the sniper rifle, versus the assault rifles, they rely on rate of fire and time to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Having the DMRs get their accuracy up faster than the assault rifles, like they both assault rifles and marksman rifles, they both get their gun up at the same time. They're both at 520 milliseconds. So the DMR has at least the advantage that if they start firing sooner, they can have the damage advantage by getting the first shot off, while the assault rifles, they have to spray a little bit before they get more accurate because of the new accuracy curves.
Yeah. It's just kind of gas.
It's kind of gas. I kind of like what I love what they're doing here, honestly.
It's fucking great. It's pretty fucking beautiful. Yeah, I think basically this means that you can effectively quickscope with Kali. Really? But we don't worry about it. All
I
right.
mean, you could have always quick scope with Kali.
Yeah, but you can do it effectively now without actually even like scoping all the way in. Because
Sort of,
it takes
yeah.
kind of,
Maybe.
sort of, kind of. Because it's that medium speed.
It's at medium speed.
Quicker
Next,
things. Lasers.
the laser. I love what they're doing with the laser. Um, the issue with the laser is that it does basically nothing unless you were using the 417 or you were using shotguns. Now that it doesn't give you a hip fire bonus, shotguns may see a little bit less use.
Maybe.
But because of the hip fire bonus with the ADS speed bonus and the fact that shotguns are within the fast ADS curve transition, using shotguns now has kind of like you're now operating on sweet spots. It isn't like, oh, I'm effective out to this range and then I swap to the ADS. Now it's, I will one shot you if you're in my face. I will one shot you if you're far away from me. And there's this middle ground where now it's just now you have to ADS in order to get it, but they're really close to you, so it's now a skill expression.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Shotguns for the most part just got really powerful after
This
their rework, so this this is fine to me,
this season is really cracking down on hip fire and its randomness. So
which I
chill with it.
appreciate. Uh, I recall in the notes they were saying something about some of the ideals that they wanted to go through with the shields. And the two ideals were that they wanted to remove randomness so that every interaction was deliberate and skill based. And they also wanted it to be that if a shield is capable of dealing lethal damage, they are vulnerable, which they removed the hip fire for that. There's no reason to run laser for the hip fire. Now you're running it for the ADS speed bonus. Uh, And then with like the 417, nobody's going to be drop shotting anymore and just
Yeah.
doing that silly bullshit.
The
No one's
silly.
going to be drop shotting with shields because they've affected that as well. There is a debuff now whenever you're transitioning your shield behind your back. But
Yeah.
the laser giving an ADS speed bonus with the removal of hip fire, I like that. Hip fire's lame. You shouldn't rely on it.
In any case, with specifically for the shields, you're not even gonna wanna switch to your back to hip fire anyway because uh all your other options are insanely good.
Hmm.
Like stupid
I'm
good.
eating. I've been waiting, and
You've been so patient and it's
I've been so patient,
just around
and
the corner.
my 5-course meal is currently in front of me.
Oh my goodness. Shield rework
Like,
just 2 weeks away.
oh my,
It got
can
here
you
so
believe it?
fast.
Can you believe it? Shield rework, only a week away.
Amazing. Um
But the
yeah.
grips, I also love what they're doing with the grips.
Yes.
Um, I don't remember what the ADS speed bonus for the angled grip was before, but
They
moving it to the laser,
yeah, they made it like a I think they changed it from like 50 to 30%
whew,
something. Yeah, so last it was 30% ADS speed bonus.
they really are slowing the game down.
Mm-hmm.
They are slowing the game down incredibly by making the only ADS bonus that you get is by standing still and using a laser
And also iron sights.
and iron sights. That is also something. So
We'll
if
get to
you
that.
if you want to have the maximum ADS speed, you're standing still, you have a laser, and you're using iron sights. We're going to talk about the iron sights and the new sights in a moment. Um, Angle grip with reload speed. CQB question mark.
CQB question mark? CQB doesn't have an angled.
But
So I
maybe,
guess we'll see. It'll have the horizontal, I believe, because you can just run it without the grip.
yeah, you
And then
can
it
just
does
run it
have the
without the
vert
grip.
always, which I don't know why it has the vert. It's a
I
pump
don't know why
shotgun.
it has the vert.
I run it anyway because it looks cool.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Might as well take them recoil mitigation, however weird it is.
I mean, it could be like Tarkov, where depending on what grip you have, it changes your model so that they shoot you in the arm instead of the chest, kind of thing. I don't know.
I
There's
think
bullet
it,
pen in Siege anyway, so that's like a
yeah, I think
very
it barely changes the position of the hand, but it
barely
never mattered that
changes
much.
it. But
Um,
they added bullet pen, so your arm isn't going to be eating the bullet anyways.
Actually,
And that happened seasons ago.
yeah,
It happened years ago, even.
really did. God, yeah, that was with Kali.
Yep.
Jesus.
Because it used to be Teehee, you're a blitz main. Have fun shooting people's hand.
Yeah, it has actually been 4 years. What's that?
Yeah. But
Crazy.
angle grip with reload speed, I think that that's really cool.
It's a good change,
Uh,
especially with the Think and Nerf.
yep.
I,
Now everybody can have the option of the reload speed without Finka being there.
which is actually a thing
Uh,
I forgot to put in here. Finka got nerfed for her boost to where she doesn't have a reload speed bonus anymore. That's
yes,
okay.
that's
You don't
okay.
need it.
That's fine. You don't need it. Finka is currently very powerful,
She does still have the ADS speed
and
boost. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That is still a thing. Um, but with the angled grip with a reload speed bonus, I think that 20% you're gonna feel that. And I
Mhm.
think if they can put it on the CQB, if they put that on the CQB, oh my goodness, that they're
Reloading that
gonna
bitch like
be,
a fucking M90 from Halo.
it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be, we're playing fucking Halo. We're in the library right now, and
We
we
were
are
playing Combat
fighting for our
Evolved, and we are hitting
lives.
the motherfucking shook 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 shook.
We are fighting for our lives against the flood. If they let us have the angled grip on the CQB, horizontal grip.
Horizontal
Um,
grip, the none option.
the none option.
Now
Now, this does
horizontal.
not mean that every weapon that doesn't have a grip just gets a movement speed bonus. This
Yes.
just means that if there is an option, that there is now a horizontal grip option that gives you the movement speed bonus.
I.
So guns like your F2, you're not going to be seeing a movement speed bonus because Ubisoft took that away from you. You don't get an option. Guns like the ARX, you don't get an option.
That you do. You do
Isn't there
know.
an ARX that doesn't have it?
No,
Doesn't Nomad's ARX not have it? Or
Nomad's
is it the
ARX has the
AK?
Nomad's ARX has the vert. The AK-74 has no option because there is no
Ah,
grip.
right.
ARX is goaded.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
The AK, you don't get to use it. You don't get a movement speed bonus. You get nothing. Teehee.
You get a 40 round mag. Have fun, I guess.
Uh, Buck Buck doesn't get any of these.
Yeah, alright. Cool with that.
Then vertical grip, they nerfed it a little bit. Recoil is going to be a little bit harder to control for people. Um, in recoil is kind of a difficult thing to change in this game because if
Hmm.
you make recoil worse on guns, two things are going to happen. You're going to push people to stop using the gun entirely because it just becomes unusable, or you make it so difficult to use the gun that only it makes the skill disparity between using a gun and it being really good. It makes the floor much higher to be able to use the gun.
Case in point,
Uh,
SMG-12.
SMG 12, you know, that gun is straight cheeks, but
It's
I
S
mean,
for people who can't use it at me, and it is
yeah,
fucking amazing for the people who can at the people I'm trying to fight.
at all of these
It's
Dokkaebi mains that fry me the second that I peek a corner.
I hate the SMG-12 so much. I if I could balance it, I would mitigate the recoil and then down the damage to like 20 as a 1270 fire rate. Like That's all it needs.
Like it's literally a fucking just turn it into a BB gun.
Pretty much. I mean,
Make
hey,
it a
no full
headshot
auto
machine.
indoors.
No full auto indoors.
Dang. Yeah. Um. Yeah. That's all the universal attachment changes. With the grips and the lasers and the ADS speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are other little things about it that we'll talk about more with the sights and the shields coming up. And let's just fucking boom sights.
Boom. Sights. So they are giving every single attacking rifle the 2.5.
That's.
Every rifle on attack, every DMR on attack has the 2.5, I believe.
However, all the DMRs on attack also have the 3.5.
And only on attack. There are no 3.5s on defense. However, there are 2.5s on the defense on very certain weapons.
Dude, ACOG Brony is
Some
about
of
to be
them,
crazy.
some of them I understand. Some of them I'm a little bit kind of scratching my head here. Frost with the ACOG, yeah, I could see that. Frost and the C1 and the UMP, I completely understand why they have the ACOG. They already had the 1.5, but both of them are incredibly slow to damage.
They need the extra range
They
so that
need
they
that
can
extra
contend.
range because they have slow fire rates. They have
Okay
uh
damage, but they're like
okay damage.
they're basically 9mm DMRs, or I guess
Yeah,
one is 9 mil and then the other is 45 ACP. But still, yeah, they need something to contend with everything else, and I think the ACOG is the best choice. I think
yeah,
the 9 mil and the ump will be best run with a fucking vertical grip, a laser sight, and then ACOG.
yeah.
And I will be running extended barrel because
I
damage.
will be running extended barrel.
God, dude, I'm so glad that the legacy game of predicted castle ACOG because it means I've already had some practice.
Yeah.
I just wish Old House was still a thing so I could spawn peak river ducks. So that's my
Yeah.
favorite part.
But some of them I'm a little bit, kind of scratching my head about. You know, I understand. I understand
Sweet
Tachanka kinda because
Gummy. Dude, what the fuck? I get Tachanka because they want the VSN to still be an option for some reason. His turret
for
should be the
some
only
reason,
option. It should
if
be a college case where
I'm
the
gonna
turret's the
be
only
I'm gonna
option.
be completely honest with all of you viewers. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. If you're running the 9x19 SVN on Tachanka,
SVN, dude, what do they do?
take a fucking shower, all right? Just use the LMG. If you want to use the SVN for
It's the
if you want to
VSN.
be optimal, just play fucking just play Capcan and play Azami, all right? Just play those two.
SVN
If
and
you
ERB
want
are so fun to me.
magnification on the SVN, freaking just play the MP5 now. In fact, you could have been playing the MP5 already. It
and a,
used to, it has the 2 times right now.
and fun fact, you could use more MP5 with Malusi. Malusi got the sights we talked about last time, but
Malusi
last
got
time
the
hasn't come out
sights.
yet. So it might be
Yeah,
next time. Who
it
knows?
might be next time. Should we even release that episode now because our information's kind of outdated?
I think we had other good points.
I think we had other good
I want
points.
to release it anyway because I mean it's like an hour, so
Yeah, it is an
whatever.
hour of our time. But like the P10 Roni with ACOG,
That's fucking silly. That is not gonna work. The
that's silly.
Vector
That's so fucking
45 with
silly.
ACOG
And the
is not
Vector,
going to work. The Uzi might work.
the Uzi's gonna work. That thing fires kind of slow.
It fires faster than the other slow firing guys, but I don't know. I think
It's
with a flash hider and the rest, it'll be good.
but like with Thorn, I get it. You know, I get that. With Goyo, I'm kind of scratching my head, but I see where they're coming from, right?
Just the
I
wrong
see
ones.
why they're giving it to Goyo
Okay,
instead.
Thorn's right here. Interesting.
Yeah, she's like literally one of the most balanced.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that then. We'll see how
And
she
she already
changes.
has the 1.5.
The one I'm most excited for on defense. Defense. I'm gonna run that shit suppressed with a laser. I love the meme
What
cannon,
the
dude.
hell, dog? Hi. Just made a noise.
Hell
Hi,
yeah, dude.
Rika. Good dog.
In any case, I am really excited for the other Soulfiring guys too. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
be playing more Frost this season,
Mm.
which I've been like an on and
If Luke
off,
doesn't steal it from you,
on and off, quote unquote Frost main. Yeah.
Luke likes playing Frost.
First up, first what? Luke also likes playing a zombie. Also,
Yeah.
ACOG on the A12 is hilarious.
Yes, my Maestro gameplay. Yes, Maestro with ACOG. We return.
Kind of. I still do miss the silly, which that is. I think that and the T95 are the only two LMGs that weren't buffed this season,
Return to
this upcoming season.
Meatball.
Um, I would like to see Maestro's LMG regain its ACOG because it can't be controlled. It's just kind of silly.
I'm gonna be honest, dude.
I
I don't
want to
think
see. I want it bad.
I want it bad. That's a terrible balance decision, but I want to see it too, just
It's.
for the shits and giggles.
I mean, it's essentially like running a fucking ACOG P90, but now you have an 80 round magazine and more damage. But there is more recoil to the Alda, the Alan Alda.
Yeah.
If anyone knows who that is, you're a goat. Um. Anyway, for reticles, they have increased the middle dot size for a few of them,
Mm-hmm.
namely Hollow A, Hollow C, Red Dot C, Magnified A, and then reduced the middle dot size for Hollow B and Magnified C, which Magnified C is the current 1.5. So the dot will be smaller whenever it is updated to be a 2.5.
Yes, so the site isn't so fucking chunky.
Hollow B is
Uh,
the FMG9, originally FMG9 specific. I guess it was first on the Rooney, but
if you play
the
Glaz, you'll
Vortex.
know exactly what we're talking about in terms of the dot size needing to be changed for magnification.
Yeah,
Because depending on what site you're using as Glaz, that reticle gets so big so suddenly. It's different.
yeah.
It is a choice depending on what you want with Glaz.
Meanwhile, Hollow A and Red Dot C were both insanely small compared to anything
Mm-hmm.
else. And Red Dot C had a glitch for a while, at least for Tachanka, where the dot was even actually smaller. Like literally, 2 by 2 pixel. Stupid. 2 by 2, so I guess 4 pixels. Anyway, magnified A. Which one is that? Magnified. Is that just regular ACOG? There is no middle dot, unless it means the Russian red dot or Russian.
Which
Nope.
one is that?
Magnified A. I don't know what that means
Magnified
yet.
A?
I think that'll be the I think that'll be the. Oh wait,
Oh, that's the 2 times.
no, it's not.
Is it not?
2 times isn't telescopic.
Wait, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. Magnified A. I think Magnified A is the.
I don't think it's the normal ACOG, unless they made the 1.5 magnified A, and then ACOG is magnified B, and
Yeah.
then the Russian ACOG is magnified C, which would make sense for reducing the middle dot because that middle thing is huge. Um, but yeah, I hate that they have done this. I wish all the sites had names.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they all just had
This is
names
Hollow
instead.
Classic. This is Cybertruck. This is uh, other red dot with tumor. Um, 1.5, I assume. Vortex, and then fucking uh, Russian ACOG. The PK A1 or whatever. PKAS scope, I think it is. I don't know. I played Battlefield before.
Probably. Hmm.
In any case, yeah, just some other small changes with that as far as that's concerned. I think that every attacker getting an ACOG is pretty silly.
Every attacker has an ACOG now.
I think
That's crazy. Like,
I don't think it's just on all the rifles though. I think it's available for because it says every weapon That means that the IQ's G8 is getting it back. Fucking I don't know who else didn't have it. Oh my fucking god, dude, the Para 308.
Para.
Holy
Ooh.
shit, dude. Oh, that
Ooh.
thing's gonna be nutty. That thing is just a DMR.
Grimsy ACOG.
Bro, Maverick? You can really
Maverick
scope in on them bitches
ACOG.
now? I'd probably still be running Suppressor, Vert, and then
I mean,
ACOG.
I always use DMR anyways, so it's not going to be much of a change for me.
I like the M4. And the M4 does good damage with an extendo, so I either do the
I will
extendo or the
say though,
suppressed.
now that we have the 3.5, you know damn well I'm going to be running DMR 3.5 just so I can reach out and touch people.
Reach out and touch me. Beautiful.
I am so prepared to reach out to people with DMRs
Hey man.
because man, uh going from 3 time sites to 3.5 time sites, I cannot wait to experience tunnel vision and get interrogated by a cab that was standing right next to me.
I'm also extremely excited for the fucking Scar to get it back. I've
Oh,
missed Scar ACOG.
Scar
And I actually want to
ACOG
see
is
it
going
now
to be a
because the
move.
Scar is pretty good. Or at least it's not good, but it's way better than it's ever been.
It's usable.
And when I say way better, I mean mainly only the fact that it's controllable. The damage is.
You can use
Uh,
it now. You can get a kill with it.
I could use like a 2
You can
damage.
win a gunfight if you start fighting at the same time with the enemy now.
Scar could use a 2 damage buff. That way the extended barrel also does like, I don't know, 46 at that point. I think it. Scar. Um, I do miss the 50 damage though. That was the only my only real saving grace using that thing. In any case, yeah, these are a bunch of the big changes. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot with them. Next season, I think the deltas are gonna look completely different. Probably just except for Ash and
Hmm.
Ace. They'll probably
Another thing
stay.
that isn't on here that we mentioned a little bit before is because ADS speeds are being slowed down across the board,
Oh right,
uh,
yeah.
there are options in dealing with that now. Now, instead of there being a no sight, you now have the choice of your iron sight, you have your non magnified, you have your magnified, and you have telescopic. Iron sights, of course, you're going to be stuck with the iron sights of your gun. That can either mean that you're running the MX Storm with irons, which, you know, you probably
Tasty.
that's tasty, it's delicious, or you could be running the R4C irons. Stupid little diamond, cringe, very, very cringe. But as a result, you get a 10% ADS speed bonus. You cut a significant portion of your ADS, or I guess not a significant portion, but it's nothing to discount. 10% ADS speed bonus. If
Mm-hmm.
you do not have any sights, you are running irons. If you have the one times, if you have any of the one times, any of the non magnified sights, any of the hollows, red dots,
Reflexes.
reflexes,
Any of
any of
those.
those. That is a 5% ADS speed bonus.
Also, I think
Whereas anything else magnified, that is a 0%. You are looking at your base stats.
they're gonna make a Tachanka's reflex available on everything. I don't know if that's
Yes,
true, but they
Tatanka's
did
reflex is available
throw it
on
out there.
everything.
Solid.
It also
I want to use it on more things
makes me
because I kind of
wonder
like it.
if the I'm wondering now if the handguns, if they technically count as having irons, and if the
Hmm.
handguns that have sights on them technically count as always having a one times, or if handguns just have their own separate category because none of them have the choice
Yeah, I don't.
and they're just flat.
I think they'll probably just all be the flat change because I mean
I'll
they're
wait.
still
I'll wait for Koros
because
to
all
answer that
handguns,
question.
all handguns and everything are still part of the other like faster ADS speed too. So I
Yeah,
don't think it even matters much with them.
yeah. It doesn't even really matter.
But yeah, 10% for irons, 5% for one times. as far as ADS speed goes. And then all the magnified sights, all the telescopics, the 3.5s, 2.5s have no bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, they don't have a debuff, so that's pretty
Yeah,
chill.
that's nice. The
All
only
right.
debuff that there is fuck you LMG, you move 10% slower.
I don't know. At least they can shoot again, dude.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, dude. I'm
I think
fine.
Capitao's fine being a 2 speed for a little bit.
I'm fine with that.
No benefit of health, however. Unless you can find a rook plate, then, you know. Anyway, enough about the sights. On to our fucking favorite thing, the thing we talk about all the fucking time. Shields. There
Shield.
is a lot to unpack here, especially after the initial shield change. Remember how we were so happy about like the 35 health knockdown?
65.
Oh my god.
You
Revolver
are
Montaigne. You will be running Revolver Montaigne. Never
you
not
are
run
running Revolver
Revolver
Montaigne
Montaigne.
because you now have two options to kill every operator in the game. If you roll up on somebody, you knock them down with your melee. You have two options now. Walk around them and punch them again for another 65 damage,
Shove him and do 130 damage. Yep.
130 damage. However, that won't kill
Ooh.
somebody with a rook plate. But do you know what
A
will?
big guy with a rook plate.
Or a big guy with a rook plate. That won't kill a big guy with a rook plate. But you know what will? Knocking him down and executing them with a revolver.
It will actually. I just did the math in my head. It'll fucking still do the walk around and then punch them again and then shoot them again because
Mm.
the punch and the shoot will deal fucking 143.
All
It will give them
all right.
2 health.
They will have 2 HP.
Or you can also just shove them and double tap, which I mean,
Yeah.
it's insanely easy to do with shields nowadays because you can actually just shove and then actually take a second to center. And then hey, guess what? Shields have a faster ADS time than rifles.
Yep.
It's not on here, but it is 500 milliseconds.
It is on
500.
here.
We've won.
So let's work from left to right here. Let's work left to right here. Talking
Yes.
about the movement. We already went over this before. Having every shield have the blitz,
Oh, it is on here. I didn't
the
even see it.
blitz sprint. Having the blitz sprint on every shield, making it part of the shield identity. It is a consistent aspect of shields. Very, very good. It creates consistency between each of the shields and what their role is as a class. No longer will Blitz be the only one who can get in and push forward. No longer will Monty have to rely on his slow but defensive movement. He has an option. And Fuse, you have an option now.
You have an option to run shield fuse.
You have an option to run Shield Fuse and it to not be a throw, which I'm just crying about, man. Because I only run Shield Fuse,
I wonder if
as
the
I've
GTS is
said in
out.
the Shield video, and I'm so happy that I can run Shield Fuse and it not be a throw anymore.
Oh, hey, Luke is playing Siege right now. Might be able to snag him after this.
Might be able to. Weapon handling, hip fire removed.
Gas.
Terrific. Yeah, get it out of here. I don't want RNG in my game anyways. What I do like is they also added that during the ADS animation with the shield, the weapon does not shoot until it is forward. I think what that means is you're not allowed to fire that gun until it's perfectly accurate.
Yeah.
So no longer will you be in a situation where you're ADSing and trying to fire with a P9 and all of your bullets missed, 10 bullets miss, and then you get one tap to the head because your head is exposed and you realize that, oh, I just dumped my half my entire mag into them and none of those bullets hit because of the inaccuracy of the ADS. This is very good for consistency, reducing the ADS time to 0.5 seconds, 500 milliseconds. And if you think back to when we were looking at the ADS speed changes, That means that the shield now technically beats an assault rifle without a laser sight by by 40 milliseconds.
So wait, will running the laser on the pistol now give you that ADS boost?
I don't know. That's what
I
I was saying before in that I
right.
don't know if those would be modified
I
because the
would
ADS has a flat time now.
I would think so. I like how like a few updates ago or a few episodes ago we were like, "Yep, nope, don't bother running lasers on shields anymore because it's not gonna do anything because you're not hip firing anymore." Now
Now,
there's a
now
chance.
you have a chance. If you're running shields, you can fight. You can fight back. You can punch people down. You can bully people. You can get yourself in there. You can play the tactics. You can win the gunfights now. Now you're not just cheesing things. Now they're going to have no choice but to acknowledge you.
My fellow bullies, we have some fucking lunch money to steal. um, this is one of my favorite updates, I think, that I've
Mhm.
ever seen in Siege. Like the past best update I've ever seen for Siege was probably the reinforcement pool.
Yep, I
Um,
love that.
that was one of their best changes. But yeah, I think it's wonderful. I like this a lot. I love this a lot. Shields,
And
yay!
then we have gadgets are thrown and activated from behind the shield. They did say that the animation will arrive later. So currently, as it stands, I think what it's probably going to look like
It
is just a smoke grenade just appears from out of
they're
nowhere.
so actually they're adding in the animation for it, but the animation for free look throwing things is disabled,
Okay, that's what
which
it is.
brings
Okay.
with it its own fucking thing, which I
Yeah.
think is amazing. Imagine having a
Lit-
shield in front of you and then you could turn and then throw a smoke and bounce it off a wall.
Yep. You can now you can like I'm thinking of Clubhouse CCTV wall. There
Nice.
is a there is a shield. Any of them, I don't remember which ones have smokes. Monty has smokes.
They all have
Monty
smokes.
is they all have smokes?
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, all of them have smokes. So, better example, Blitz is standing in front of the hole. Thermite got the wall open. No electricity anymore because the Thatcher got rid of it. Thermite got rid of it. It's just open. But you have people looking at you from uh the cash door, you have people looking at you from the red door, you have people looking at you from the garage rotate. You have three different angles that you're contesting right now. And if you move at any if you move at all to look at one of them, one of the other sides, the opposite side of them is going to get you. They're going to have an angle on you. But now with the free look and being able to throw, you can now smoke off both the garage rotate and you can smoke off the entirety of the cache sight line and the red rotate without moving your camera. You
Hmm.
can cut those lines of sight off while being relatively safe as long as they don't have an ACOG and are shooting your feet as we speak.
Yep.
But in that at that point, I guess that's kind of a skill issue on your part. You're just standing still and letting the magnifieds just ankle bite you, which honestly at that point it is a skill issue. Get moving.
Yeah,
Uh
right. Honestly, at this point, you've thought about it too long, and you probably should just smoked off front
yeah,
and
you
right, and
probably
then kill the
yeah, you
left.
probably just should have done it. But that's an option now. There is a reason to do it. I like that fire now initiates guard break. I don't like it, but it
It's
remains
consistent.
consistent. It's
Yeah.
consistency, which I appreciate. I just want things to be consistent.
Yep. Yes.
Um, then there is now suppression. There is a way to deal with shields, or at the very least, delay shields and catch them. because as it stands, a shield is going to want to close as fast as possible. They're going to want to close and kill because the bash is going to be one of their most reliable ways to kill somebody. But if they can't close and they can't sprint and they can't apply threat to you anymore, then they have to crouch, they have to turtle up, and they have to back off. Because if they can't close and kill, then they're out in the middle of the open. They need to back off.
Oh, shield remains
So,
equipped while escorting hostage. Oh fuck.
yeah, that's also nice.
Yes.
It doesn't go on your back anymore, and you just have to figure it out. Uh, so all of you quick play players, that this one's for you. But with suppressive fire, uh, stopping people from sprinting, stopping people from seeing, uh, it's really good.
Mhm.
Uh, it's a counterplay to shields that now there's a reason to mag dump into your shields. Uh, Slows them down, gives them tunnel vision, makes it harder for them to react to the environment and make plays, which is terrific. Trade bullets for safety. Now, the thing is, I mentioned earlier that Clash is probably going to see even less play. And the reason I believe that is because Clash receives none of these benefits. Clash receives no sprint bonus. She receives no hip fire change. She receives no ADS change. She receives no reload, no gadget, nothing. The only thing that Clash got was a nerf. And that nerf is
Yeah.
that she's now affected by suppression.
And she's also probably affected by the guard break on fire too, which is
And she's affected by guard break
pretty
on
ass
fire.
whenever you're playing with, bad Tachankas.
So, Clash got nerfed. She received nothing.
um, but yeah, it's it's interesting as far as Clash is concerned. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but whatever.
Oh well, at least the rest of them are eating.
Yeah, everybody else is eating very well. And that's nice.
I'm so excited for Shields, dude. I'm reinstalling the TTS as we speak because I want to play with them. I also want to see all the ACOGs. I want to see what P10 Ronnie looks like. It's a little funny. All right, that's it on Shields, and last thing we'll cover is LMGs.
Finally, the LMGs. All of them are getting buffed.
Except for again T95 LSW and the six, or not the 6.4. It's right there. The Alda 556 for Maestro. So Ying and Maestro are unchanged.
But honestly, Ying's LMG, completely controllable
It's
in the
so
first
good.
place.
It's the
It
only good
uses
one anyway.
more like an AR than it does an LMG. And the Alda, that thing is probably the most laser beam of them, right next to the M249 Saw on Gridlock. Like the M249 and the Alda were probably the best real LMGs, while Ying's LMG just really felt more like an assault rifle.
Yeah.
So now, all of you 6P41 lovers, your LMGE lovers, your G8A1 lovers, you are eating good. You're going to be eating well because now you actually have an option. You can bring these bad boys in, and the best part, all of them have ACOGs. I don't know if you want to, but they have ACOGs.
You have the option.
You have the option.
What are
So
the
GA ACOG, we're back, baby.
Oh, G8 is gonna be weird actually. Now that I think about it. Amaru players out there, your angled grip is useless. Uh, so well, not useless, but lasers and one time slash irons would probably be good for you. Which,
hmm
oh god, I'm gonna be running inside
Which,
G8,
if I
aren't I?
remember correctly, the G8's the OWO site, isn't it?
um, no, it's a HK MP5 site
Okay.
basically. The MP5, the AR-33, and the G8 all use roughly the same site
Right, right. They
because
have the
I mean they're all the
they have the funny HK knob.
yep. little circle with dot in the middle of it on the far end, and then like the silly little attachment towards the butt. 6B41 has the ovocyte,
Yeah,
which
but
I will not be running that thing.
LMG getting affected. With the LMGE, that one, we're probably going to be seeing more Rams use it. Probably going to be seeing more Zophs use it. Probably going to be seeing more of both of them in the first place.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
The M249 Saw and the just regular M249, uh, Cappy Tows and Gridlocks, you're going to be very happy.
Mm-hmm.
The M249 recoil also makes attacker recruit better.
All my attacker recruits, which we'll see further about what recruit is like in next season, year 9
uh,
season 2,
the
because recruit is gonna get
6B41,
reworked,
finally, the
remastered, quote unquote.
6B41 may be usable. I might
Again,
have a different option besides the spear, and that makes me so fucking happy.
yeah, I don't like the spear.
I don't like the spear. People make it work, but I don't like it.
I like running
You
it on
know,
defense. It's nice on defense.
it's good on Thunder. It's good
Thunder
on
turd.
T-Bird, but I don't like it on Finka. I don't like it on Finka. But you know what I do like? An LMG on Finka.
You know what else I like? Sausage on pink.
The sausage on Finka.
Which will be
The
having the
G8,
horizontal group.
the G8, I think is going to probably be the one that sees the most change, like real
Yeah.
use, real change,
IQ will have
because
another option again besides, the other two assault rifles, which I mean,
yeah,
I've been using
nobody
AUG
runs
lately
AUG.
anyway because it's funny. I like the AUG.
What?
I like the AUG.
Nobody uses the AUG unironically. They're doing it because it's funny. So everybody runs the 5.5. Everybody runs the 5.5.2. So
552
now
is
you
technically the
have
better one, but whatever.
it is technically the better one, but the AUG is funny.
I don't care. I like the AUG.
Amaru, definitely people are going to be swapping to the G8 more instead of using the shotgun
Yeah.
because the Supernova is just the best shotgun in the game right now.
hmm However, it will be
But
losing that hipfire bonus at the laser,
it
but
will be
that
losing the
comes
hip
with all the
fire
other
bonus.
changes we talked about already. So.
But with the G8, you're looking at Amaru with the G8, ACOG, laser. We're looking good. We're
hmm
looking good on the G8. There's an option now between it, and I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm looking forward to Amaru pre-firing my ass.
Well, I mean, she already does it anyway, and usually she just comes in behind us and fucks us with the suppressor. So whatever. I'll probably be running personally the iron suppressed laser, um, and then fucking I guess a flat grip, probably vertical though. Probably vertical. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, um, that's basically everything.
I believe that's nearly
Oh,
everything.
OBS is freaking out. Oh god. I think it's still recording, but I hope we just didn't lose that last hour. Let's see. I'm gonna pause you, and then hopefully OBS clears up so I can stop this recording. uh, Being a little silly, just a bit. I will stop streaming to you though, in case that helps my computer, which it might.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that we did not mention: Azami's nerf.
Oh right, yeah, you can shoot at zombie barriers now.
So Azami barriers are going to have 999 HP.
Yep.
Now, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds like what the fuck, Blackbeard 2.0. Um, here's the caveat. Here's the catch.
You also can't look
The
through it like poker.
damage dealt to the barrier is not based on the damage of your weapon. It is based on the caliber of your weapon or how destructive that weapon is.
Yep.
So what that means is that the Kiba barriers are now vulnerable to bullets. They will take damage based on the caliber of the weapon. So higher caliber weapons, sniper rifles, DMRs, LMGs, they break the barrier faster, while handguns, SMGs, those guns, smaller caliber, they're going to take much longer and require more bullets. So If you know that there's going to be a zombie on the other team, attacker repick, you might want to try out some of those new buffed LMGs. You might want to bring a Kali, and you might want to chunk like a third of its HP potentially. I don't know what it's going to look like. Wait for the Koros video to come out on that.
For instance, I assume based off of this change, with a P12, it'll take about 24 shots to break it as zombie barrier, while the DMRs might be like, I don't know, 5 shots. Probably more than 5, like 7.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's the same for them to break a barricade
because
for
they
DMRs.
they they say it has 999 HP, but they are also saying that damage is not based burst.
Mars.
Damage is not based on the damage of the weapon, but completely based on the caliber of the weapon, the class of the weapon. So I'm interested to see how that really affects a zombie, especially considering that in order to get rid of that Azami, you're kind of peaking it in the first place, which Azami wants you to do in the first place, anyways. So we're gonna have to see how that applies in game. Because I couldn't tell you one way or the other whether or not this is going to actually do anything to change her in any meaningful way, or if this is going to brick her completely. I don't know. We don't have the exact values on what the sniper rifles versus the handguns deal towards the Kibas. Once we find out, I'm sure people will optimize ways to get rid of a zombie. People will have counters to it, and that counter is you have a gun. So I'm looking forward to this change. I'm looking forward to this change.
Yep.
Uh, I love Azami. I think that Azami as a concept is really, really fun and encourages creativity. It creates opportunities for non-standard setups, which I think is always a good thing. I think shaking things up and making the world look different is good, but you have to admit that Azami is oppressive. There's very little that you can do to get rid of her without bringing designated operators to get rid of her. And all of those operators can then just be easily countered in some way with a Lamai, Jaeger, Mute, Mozzie, any
Yeah.
of those. But now that you can just shoot the fuckers, it's going to take time. You're going to make yourself known. I like that. There's a way for everybody to deal with it. You're not going to be stuck in a 1v1 scenario where you're peeking a one-way angle and you have nothing to do. It is an unfair checkmate because there is literally no option for you to do anything about it. I don't like that checkmate because there's no gameplay. Say with a castle checkmate is funny because everybody can beat down the door. It's just, do you have 30 seconds to beat down the door?
And then you run the risk of your toes.
And that's exactly what's happening with a zombie now.
Time to take up some toes.
You can shoot the barricade down, but do you have enough bullets? Do you have enough time? Are you entirely certain that the Azami that laid that barrier for you and is letting you shoot it down isn't currently flanking you?
Yeah.
There's gameplay, and that's what I enjoy about this update. I don't care that it's a nerf. I think that it's good. I think that it's healthy.
Yep. I think I think the whole thing is gas. I'm really
This
excited
entire
for this
update
next
is
season.
gas.
I'm excited for this next year. This whole year is basically health 2, which I think is an excellent change. We
This
are
year,
we're only getting
gas.
2 ops, but then 2 others are being completely revisioned. So I think it's all good.
Yep, we're getting a recruit rework and we're getting an American question mark rework,
Probably
which
probably Blackbeard, like
probably
90%
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, 10% Ash.
90% it's going to be Blackbeard. I don't think it's even going to be I don't even think it's going to be her.
I don't think it'd be Thermite. Thermite's
I'm
fine.
going to I'm going to be honest with you. I really do think that they're just going to add shield to Thermite and call it a day.
Thermite. He's fine. He doesn't need anything.
He needs a shield is what he needs.
Well, I mean, yeah, he needs a shield, but like Oh right, I stopped streaming to you. If I could. Ooh, that's the wrong thing. Turn that down. Whoopsie daisy. Hold on, gamers. We're opening up. There's the right tab. Okay, God, I'm so good at this. Shields. Who gets shields? I want you. You. Um.
That's your shield's weird. I'm gonna
Fuck
be
it.
real with you.
You.
That's weird. I'm gonna be real with you.
But think about it. Two French people, both with shields, same sidearm loadouts. Imagine hiding in a corner as Twitch with your shield out, and then you can drone in, not safely, but you know. Um, this one, this one, this one. Let's see here. Fucking, I'm just really just thinking of funny things they could give shields to. Fuck it, all the June operators, dude. Flores,
I
bro.
was about to say Flores, bro. Flores shield would be so stupid.
Oh my God, Sens?
Sen shield?
Grim.
That Sen shield might.
Doesn't really work with
All
Grim.
right, all right. Sen shield has a little bit of merit. All
There's some
right,
potential there.
there's some potential there
I don't know what
for
the
the
Blackbeard rework is gonna include. He might be getting a ballistic shield. But we'll see.
ballistic shield with a deagle. Let's go.
I hope they give him another sidearm if that's the case, because I do not want to use exclusively the Deagle.
That would be really funny though.
In any case, Sens has the
They gave him the
yeah,
1911 because he's
yeah.
American.
Yeah, they could actually give him the 1911 Tech Ops, or just make a fucking Silver Slide 1911. I wish.
Silver Baller 1911. Hell yeah.
We want Thermite for the Muzak shield. Let's see who else would be funny. Ace would be fucking hilarious, but no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
No, because
No.
Hibana and Ace are ranged. They get their safety from the
Yeah.
fact that they do not have to approach in order to initiate the gadget. Thermite, he has to approach to initiate the gadget.
Just saying. um. I'm just saying it could be there. Give her fourth primary.
Give her her fourth primary.
Or just take away, like, I don't know, the sausage, and then give her the shield, and then for Thatcher, take away his L8, and then give him the shield.
Brava shield, I'm gonna be honest, that one's weird.
It-
Twitch
it's-
shield,
it's-
that
it's
one's
funny.
kind of weird.
They're both
Thatcher
kind of
shield,
funny.
I'm gonna be honest, that one's a little weird, but I can see where you're coming from.
I want Thatcher shield so badly because I want PT26 shield.
Flores shield, I can kind of see where you're getting. I can kind of see where you're getting at here.
These are silly fucking random pings. I think Sens has the most potential aside from
Sens?
Thermite.
Sens and Thermite, I think, are actually the two that deserve getting a new shield.
Jackal can fuck himself.
Jackal can fuck himself.
Buck can't.
Buck
Nomad
doesn't
can't.
need it.
IQ no. Unless you make like
Amaru,
the shield
funny.
screen turn on. That'd be silly. Amaru would be hilarious.
Amaru would be really funny.
Okay, so like, hear me out, Kali, but the shield is a secondary. And she can't
See,
have her gun
that's
out
the
otherwise.
fuse buff that I've been saying should happen for a long
He
time.
just has two
now
guns.
anyways,
Yeah, that'd be
is
neat.
that Fuse's passive is just that he has two primaries. He has his primary weapon, and then he has his shield and sidearm as his secondary weapon, which would fit with his operator R anyways, where he just has the shield and the AK.
Ying shield.
Ying shield would be a little
Ying
stupid.
shield.
Ying
That'd
shield
be
sounds
so bad.
stupid, especially considering
Blitz
the-
exists.
especially considering Blitz exists and the fact that Ying has a much more powerful sidearm.
But right now we're just shooting
But-
the shit. I don't actually think a few of these changes should come to fruition. If
We're
anything,
just shooting the shit.
the three shields I would like to see are Thermite, Thatcher, Sens. I think those are the strongest options to gain ballistic shields.
I can 100% agree with you on Thermite. Everybody's been saying that. Sen's having it, I 100% agree with it. I think that Sen's using his misdirection and his gadget can really benefit from using the chaos of his gadget in order to push
Them.
and use his shield as additional safety in order to capitalize on that chaos.
AJ, the
That's a
liberals
very
will
good option.
destroy us. The liberal.
Um,
They them.
they them.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
the Thatcher's weird, but I can kind of see where you're coming from here.
I want the
You just
PB.
really want
I
the
want the PB and J to be reinforced. Okay.
I want some bread to put this PB and
I want that
J
bread to be toasted, bro.
in. But anything else that we want to talk about? Anything that we've missed?
I think we
We've
are
gotten everything.
Gucci. We've covered basically all of this next season's changes except for like Damos. But I mean, even that'll come later after I can get some fucking gameplay with him. And then yeah, uh, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Gitcast. There might be another episode this week of Gitcast. I don't know if it'll be before or after this one, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I want to upload something today. um, in any case, we'll probably get with you next week. Bye bye.